Looking for some digital magic to help you through your week? The Kingdom Report is here for you, covering the latest Disneyland and Disney World news, experiences, and events. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Kingdom Report Live so you never miss an update. And drop a subscribe on the Kingdom Report YouTube channel for new videos every week. Don't miss out. Join this growing community of theme park fans as we aim to connect you to more of what makes you happy. For more information, visit kingdomreportlive.com. And now, back to the magic.
Always great to have you along with us on today's Kingdom Report Live. We're going to be talking about the holiday season ringing on back into Walt Disney World as Festival of Holidays announcements 2023 have begun. Disneyland casting is also looking for a Pixar boy band. We'll give you the details on that. And ticket discounts coming to domestic Disney parks for children, if you can believe it. And Walt Disney World Candlelight processional hosts have been named, as well as a few new ones. And what Walt Disney World does better than Disneyland. We will talk about it. And if you would like to win your very own Kingdom Report mug, all you have to do is leave the phrase that pays underneath this very video. Right after the live show, leave the comment, Disneyland Forever. Disneyland Forever is the phrase that pays this week. You have between now and Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time in which to enter. If you are the winner, we will reach out to you and get that mug shipped your direction, all by entering Disneyland Forever in the comment section beneath this very video. And you sit tight, because Kingdom Report Live starts for you new right now.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
A beautiful day outside at the Disneyland Resort via the HojoAnaheim.com Mattercam. Taking a look at that Matterhorn Mountain, Sleeping Beauty Castle in the distance, and of course, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. My goodness, what a great day it is to be bringing you some Disney Parks discussion and beyond. Lots to talk about today, lots of great stories to share as Space Mountain gets its exterior refurb, finally. That's nice to see. Because let me tell you, Space Mountain's top was getting a bit dirty. A little too dirty for me.
Damn, girl, clean it up.
Yeah, go clean it up. Thanks for that. Clean it up. But we are so glad you could join us here today. Welcome on in, Disney family, as we connect with you and bring you more of what makes you happy. Trusted Theme Park Perspective is here. I'm Wade, alongside delightful crew to discuss with you all things magical. And don't you despair, because there is always content for you available on the Kingdom Report YouTube channel. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button if you are not inclined to hit the thumbs up button or subscribe. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Don't be crazy. Thanks. And on top of that, we encourage you to download this in podcast form wherever you get your podcasts. Just head on over, check out the Kingdom Report wherever you get your podcasts, and rate and review us there. It would mean an awful lot. Who is we, you might be asking? Who on earth is we? Well, outside of myself, I am joined here in studio by two individuals who might just be the greatest thing since caramel corn.
Oh.
Wow.
Caramel corn.
Closest to me in proximity would be our Disney Princess in Residency, our very own travel agent, Katrina Manzoni.
Hi.
Hi.
Happy Saturday.
Isn't it, though?
Oh my goodness.
Sporting a specific Halloween shirt I see.
I feel spooky today.
Oh.
So I have like a little necklace. I got my little shirt from 2018 over here.
What a year.
2018. Can you believe that I've had...
That was like 30 years ago at this point.
I feel so old.
2018,
2018
it's so
seems
weird.
so far.
Yeah, it's weird how time works because at one point I was like, wow, it's 2018. That seems like a far-flung year. And now
Far-flung year.
Now I'm like, wow, it's 2018. That was forever ago.
I mean, you can't even see it. Look at my little Minnie Mouse. Me.
Oh, so special.
It's so cute. I like this one with little Mickey. This is like one of my favorite ones.
What a design from 5 years ago.
I know, and it's still trying to be in pristine condition. I don't try to like harshly clean it. Hand wash.
Good. Well, you have preserved it.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
I do my best.
And alongside you, also well preserved,
Look at this.
theme park analyst Tyler Crouch.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm looking pretty good for how old I am, I think.
I think
it's
so.
like Paul Rudd status.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
Ageless.
That's a high compliment.
That's really nice, yeah.
That voice coming to us courtesy of the Golden Goose, our reporter Garrett Hassel from afar. Hello there.
Aloha, everyone. Got the Alani shirt on. I'm in Hawaii, even though I'm in an undisclosed location.
I think you're in like
Revealed.
almost the most opposite you could be,
This is true.
I think Siberia would be pretty much. The
Well, yeah,
opposite.
okay. You're not living in Antarctica, but
Yeah.
Could
That's the next Disney resort, Antarctica.
Wouldn't that be
It's gonna be-
something?
Think of that
Adventures
exhibition.
by
They have
Disney.
the Disney Polar Bear Chase.
I like that.
Wow.
The penguin sleds, and of course, hypothermia and you.
And the abominable
Presented
snowman
by,
from Monsters Inc.
Chiquita.
Yeah.
It's like living with the land, but hypothermia edition.
All the yellow snow cones you want.
Bring it on.
It's lemon. It's lemon.
It's lemon.
It is lemon.
Yep. Disney Antarctica, here we come. And Garrett, before we start this show officially, I believe a show toast is in order. So grab your mugs, grab your cups, grab a beverage of choice. Join us for our show toast this week. Garrett, take it away. What are we toasting?
So, my fiance, Ariel, you may have heard of her.
I've heard of her.
This week she abandoned me
Oh,
to go
Oh.
on a little sister trip, to Epcot
Someone
and other
sounds bitter.
places in the Disney World. And she got to go and experience Moana's Journey of Water, a soft opening. So I want to toast to Moana's Journey of Water and how it tells all of the guests about the water cycle, which fits into Epcot's original idea of being educational, which is what Walt would have wanted. So to Moana's Journey of Water, as we drink water.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers
It's
to
water.
that. Yeah.
Cheers. Sante, Prost, Opa.
Thank you, Moana, for the fine beverage.
Delightful to
So good.
refresh in. So you're saying last week on the show you ditched us to go to a football game. This
Yeah.
week your fiance ditched you.
Yeah.
I think that's
Karma.
appropriate. Yeah.
karma.
Yeah. Karma usually comes full circle, so I'm sorry.
Hopefully she brings
The
you
Golden
presents.
Goose. I don't know. We both
She
are
shipped
in a lot
us-
of credit card debt, and the money we are trying to save it goes towards the wedding. So hopefully she brought me at least back a receipt or something.
Those dang
receipt.
weddings, am I right? Maybe just call it off, Just don't do it,
Yeah.
No. I've invested nearly 10 years into our relationship, and she still hasn't gotten rid of me. So I think
I
she's
know.
a keeper.
You're
She
a
is
lucky man.
my-
And finally
she's my
she settled.
Princess Ariel.
So here we
Mine
go.
is- she's my princess, and she doesn't like to swim, so she's an ironic mermaid.
Very much so.
She's a what?
She doesn't like to
A
swim.
what kind of mermaid?
Ironic.
An ironic.
Ironic.
Oh, okay.
Isn't it ironic?
Not sure what you heard.
I heard something
Oh.
that starts with an E that sounds like ironic.
Family show.
Energetic mermaid. You heard energetic.
Oh my goodness.
Rated E for everyone.
If there are any children
Yes,
watching the
yes.
show, viewer discretion is advised.
Now it is, yeah. Well, lots of headlines are amidst, and certainly news hit this week that you should be aware of. Let's get you caught up on that. It's time for the Disney News Review.
Disney News Review Time, taking a look at some of the biggest stories from across the Walt Disney Company in the past week. CNBC reporting it's about to get cheaper for families to visit Disney's domestic theme parks. The Walt Disney Company on Wednesday announced new limited-time discounts on children's tickets at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Starting October 24th, parents can purchase children's tickets valid for kids aged 3 to 9 for the California-based Disneyland Resort for as low as $50 each. Tickets can be used between January 8th and March 10th of next year. As for the Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, children's tickets and dining plans will be half off for guests who purchase a 4-day, 4-night vacation package at one of its resorts. The deal starts November 14th and can be used from March 3rd through June 30th, 2024. The price cuts come as the company's U.S.-based theme parks have seen a slowdown in attendance and hotel room occupancy as consumers face higher costs due to inflation. Disney is not the only company facing these issues. Universal's domestic parks, as well as region players like Six Flags and SeaWorld, have reported lower attendance this year. The Orange County Register reporting fans of NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys may soon be in for a real treat when the boy band from Pixar's Turning Red makes the jump from animated movie heartthrobs to theme park performers at the Disneyland Resort. Disney Live Entertainment is seeking performers to play the Four-Town Boy Band from the 2022 Pixar animated film for upcoming special events at the Disneyland Resort, according to the Disney Auditions website. Turning Red tells the story of an exuberant, ambitious, and overachieving 13-year-old Chinese-Canadian girl who turns into a giant red panda when she gets too excited. The coming-of-age story is set in early 2000s and follows Mei Lee and her girlfriends as they set out on a determined quest to attend a Four-Town concert at Toronto's Skydome. The Disney Auditions job posting describes Four-Town as the dreamiest chart toppers of the early 2000s who keep it real by staying humble and always being true to their fans. Disney Live Entertainment did not reveal where the Turning Red characters will appear at Disneyland, California Adventure, or Downtown Disney. The sheer number of characters suggests the special event will be more than your ordinary meet and greet photo opportunity. There are plenty of options where Disneyland could stage a Turning Red show. And Santa returns to Epcot's Festival of the Holidays. You can visit him at the Odyssey Pavilion starting November 24th through December 24th. They say don your festive best for the perfect photo op and make sure you've been nice, but that's not all, because storytellers from around the world are going to be sharing tales and traditions once again in World Showcase as it comes alive with magical legends and lore as storytellers from around the globe captivate listeners with myriad tales. Celebrate the season with laughter in the Norway Pavilion as a mischievous barn Santa makes an appearance. Observe the wonder of a Chinese lion dancer commemorating Lunar New Year. Join a fascinating journey to learn more about Hanukkah festivities around the world and rediscover the magic of special moments as Pierre Noël shares the delightful words of a child's letter. As you stroll the park, don't miss the beautiful and diverse decor throughout World Showcase and beyond. And there's even more joy, of course, to fill your cup with even more. Sing along with the exuberant voices of Joyful, a celebration of the season in World Showcase Plaza with uplifting gospel and R&B songs celebrating Christmas and Kwanzaa. The biggest challenge you'll have will be standing still. And as a bonus, enjoy a sparkling boat tour through Living with the Land in World Nature, where the greenhouses will be decked out with twinkling holiday light displays. And of course, lots of food booths returning for this festival in the holiday tradition that is bringing everybody something tasty for the season. You can't have a festival of the holidays without the Candlelight processional. As Click Orlando reports, Walt Disney World has announced the celebrity narrators that will lead Epcot's Candlelight processional this holiday season. The Christmas favorite will return to the American Gardens Theater during the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays, starting November 24th. Long a guest favorite, the Epcot Candlelight processional is the retelling of the Christmas story by a narrator and a massive choir, accompanied by a 50-piece orchestra, herald trumpets, and the incredible Voices of Liberty. This spectacular event returns this year with more new celebrity narrators than ever before. 9 new voices join the ranks of captivating storytellers who share the universal message of this heartwarming story. People like Sterling K. Brown, Brendan Fraser, Eva Longoria, and more round out the list of new narrators.
Pretty crazy to think, but we're already talking about the holiday season ringing in, and Halloween isn't even here, but that's how Disney does it, right? Well, Walt Disney World celebrating the Festival of the Holidays coming back to us at Epcot in the not too distant future. In fact, with all of the magic that the holidays bring, along with Epcot and the Candlelight processional and all of the extra Christmas magic that no doubt gets put on top of the magic that's already there at Walt Disney World, it can be a bit overwhelming. What do you do? How do you plan? What on earth do you map out before you arrive to this spectacular place? Katrina, how would you strategize some of these Epcot Festival of the Holidays experiences for a family looking to make the most of all the Christmas fun?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. But and it's so short this year too. It's like a month. I was like, what are you doing? Halloween was like 17 months long. I'm like, Jesus, come on, you guys.
Halloween's the best. That's all.
Started in July.
I mean, I would. Okay, so I mean, honestly, pre-plan, read it, sign up for sometimes they have these dinner reservations that you can do for Epcot. So I would do that. Also, there's so much food to eat at the Festival of Holidays. So honestly, for me, I just like munching around and strolling, to be honest. Munch and stroll. That is my biggest thing to say, for you to do. Munch and stroll. Don't even make dining reservations at Epcot if you really don't need to, because they have tons of food.
Yeah, with all those festival food booths, certainly there are more options than ever.
Oh, yeah.
And, have you ever done the Candlelight processional reservation booking that guarantees you seating?
I haven't. That's the bummer, but I would highly recommend it if you do want to see the show or on one of them. I would book way in advance, so then you are guaranteed a seat. Because I know a lot of people line up. I know Eat to the Beats concerts that they've had, they have reserved seating, but then they also have the standby line, and that standby line gets long.
Yeah,
and especially with the lineup this year for the Candlelight processional, they have some pretty good people. So I would imagine those standby lines being really, really long, and you probably will not get in.
It is always a very much in-demand type of show. Very special feeling, certainly right there on the banks of the lagoon and looking out onto Spaceship Earth, and it feels extra Christmassy.
Christmas music and the beautiful singers and the lights, those twinkly lights, the holiday cheer.
All the trumpets and live musicians that play in that show. And Tyler, Disney announced the new Candlelight processional hosts. Anyone on this list surprise or delight you?
I feel like by far the most surprising person is Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
I mean,
He's making a comeback.
I mean,
he is.
I think that's awesome. I think it's great that they thought to even reach out to him, and I'm glad that he, was okay with it, because I think Brendan Fraser is a really good get. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. And maybe Eva Longoria, if Brooke.
Yeah, check with Brooke.
If Brooke can confirm that. If you saw on social media this week, Disney had a bit of a
little blunder.
We'll call it a copy editing issue.
Yeah, a little boo-boo.
Disney Parks blog putting out the announcement of the list of hosts that were going to be coming to the Candlelight processional, and then when it got to Eva Longoria, clearly an internal note was left on the final published product, which was kind of funny to see, because you don't normally see that with Disney.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
There's usually people for that.
I missed that. I missed this whole thing. Yeah,
Where were you on Twitter?
I don't know.
This guy, he's always on there.
Sure made its rounds. So I thought that was great. But how about that? And Jordan Fisher, the guy that just never leaves Disney alone, and they don't leave him alone either.
I mean, who wouldn't? He is so good. He's so busy. Isn't he in Little Shop of Horror right now? Or no?
He does it all.
Yeah. He's everywhere.
He is. That's how I feel. Does everything for Disney now, and certainly Happily Ever After, vocals. Ring a bell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But I feel like there was a time,
the voice of an angel,
a period here in the last few years where Disney was just using him for everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was their guy, which not a bad gig. If you can become the it person for Disney and they start using
fireworks and
they start using you for everything. That's pretty good. John Stamos has made that into a career.
Yeah, really. I mean, and Neil Patrick Harris is becoming. He's going to be the next. I mean, I feel like every time Disney talks about celebrities, they're like, and Neil Patrick Harris.
I know.
Always connected.
Yeah. But it's for years I thought, I didn't realize that was Neil Patrick Harris counting down the launch on the not Incredicoaster.
California Screaming.
California Screaming.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that was him for such a long time, but anyway.
Yeah, and noticeably absent from this list for the first time in a really long time, unless she wasn't there last year, Whoopi Goldberg. Almost always a part of this process. almost always a host at the Candlelight
Well,
processional.
if Brooke can't confirm Ava Longoria, well, maybe she'll come in.
Maybe Whoopi's the alternate this year. But yeah, usually always on that list, which it's fascinating too, because this is obviously the story of Jesus's birth in the Candlelight processional. And the staunch atheist that is Whoopi Goldberg always makes like snide comments during the processional. And I'm like, why do you do this? Why even sign up
for it? Yeah.
if this isn't for you?
Yeah.
Right, Garrett?
Yeah. Well, I noticed your favorite, Gary Sinise, is not on that list. Usually
True.
he's there.
Yeah.
Like, I like Gary Sinise, and
Lieutenant
last year
Dan?
I got to see Lieutenant Dan. Yeah, but last year I got to see Angela Bassett. She's not on the list. I guess she's like, I did Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and I'm out. Like, I got my cast, I got my check, I'm out of there. But her performance was amazing to the point that we saw it twice because she just put so much emotion in there. And yeah, I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Like, she is
Easy boy.
No, she is a powerful actress, and her speeches in Black Panther were amazing. But her telling the story of the birth of Jesus Christ, you felt that magic. You wanted to sing along, and you wanted to hug her because she did such a good job.
Wow.
Is that what was happening while Jesus was being born? Everybody was singing a song, and
she
And Angela Bassett was there.
She
Angela Bassett was narrating.
She could have been the narrator of everything.
Yeah. No doubt about it. That's our queen.
that's what I always, say. That we should all sing along when we're talking about Jesus' birth.
Sing along. Bring in Angela Bassett, and let's do another toast. Let's celebrate the birth. And I know that Disneyland's Candlelight processional, they hold on to who's going to be the host for that, like within a week of the performance. It seems like most of the time.
Showbiz,
It's so wild.
I'm assuming they don't want people booking. They want to make sure that people just book, rather than like wait to see the celebrities, and then like maybe certain days won't be as popular as other days.
I think it'll just be popular, but it's just like it's like a fork in the road where Disneyland is. So there's not enough room. So if they said that there's going to be like, was it not Liam Hemsworth, but Chris Hemsworth was there. Like there was like one time.
The other Hemsworth?
Yeah, the other one,
saw him.
like Thor, when he went to go. And people would be camping out all day. You know what I mean? If they knew like in advance, and then the whole reservation system and stuff, it'd be just like a nightmare.
It always makes me wonder too why Disneyland doesn't go the route of doing like Disney World does. And because it's such a coveted event, people, they will wait all day to see this because it's really spectacular, especially on, Town Square's train station at Disneyland. It's really
It's
intimate.
beautiful.
Yeah, there's something very epic in nature of it all.
Yeah.
The guys with the horns on the roof and everything.
Yeah.
It makes
Crazy.
you feel more Christmassy, I think, over at Disneyland versus like the Epcot one. But
I would agree.
yeah.
You're shoved into an amphitheater at Epcot, whereas this you're in Town Square. That feels all
It's more
totally
grand.
decorated.
It just feels
and,
bigger.
They could do it in front of Cinderella Castle at Disney World. They have the room, they have the space, but they're gonna have to open up, the emergency walkways because everyone's gonna be camped out there all day.
I'm surprised they're not using like the theater over to the side at Disneyland to like do it to fill more
Town Square
seats.
Theater
You know what I
is
mean? Because
kinda
you can
tiny,
fit
though.
like a lot more, right? Than town, like the Main Street
Are we talking about
in Disneyland,
the Fantasyland theater?
Oh, the
no,
Fantasyland
not the
theater.
yeah,
the Lincoln
okay.
Theater or what?
the one over by Small Worlds.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
Fantasyland
Theater.
Yeah, the Fantasyland
So
theater
they tried that one time.
wasn't as epic.
Thing is I guess the concerns. This is what I had heard at the time when I was there. That was attempted at one point, and people were disappointed because it didn't feel as epic. It didn't feel as grand. But that theater is designed to hold 2,000 plus people at a time. You do a couple shows a night, kind of like Epcot does. You are satisfying people to a certain degree with the show, and you're giving them the opportunity to see it. Whereas I just feel like Disneyland's Town Square version, it's not for you, right? It's not. It's for giving back to the community. It's for invited guests. Those are the ones that really get the seats. There may be a couple of benches that if you wait all day, you might be able to secure, you might be able to hold on to, but it's not for the general public, which I think is a big misconception, is that version at Disneyland. That's why it's only 2 nights, because it's a give back to the community, started by Walt Disney, but Epcot makes it part of the business.
Yeah.
Makes it part of your
You sell the
park
seats.
day.
Yeah, you sell the dining. You wait for everybody. Oh my god.
It's an entertainment
Yeah.
offering at Epcot versus Disneyland's, which is not for you. So I've never understood why, outside of maybe just those 2 nights, and I understand it completely gridlocks Town Square. It completely brings everything
it's
to
a
a halt.
nightmare to walk around.
And that's the only place you can get in and out of that park, right? So, but if you do that only the 2 nights for the community, but then do a version of it back there at Fantasyland Theater, I think you'd sell that sucker out, even if you charged for it. I think a lot of people would go just to be a part of that.
Like even you can do like Carnation Cafe, you can do Plaza Inn and do like a little dining package and type of thing over at Blue Bayou. Get that price point up because you can't sell it for Fantasmic
right
at the moment.
Yeah.
So might as well just try to do some type of Christmas show and then.
And you offer up
money.
a really great evening experience that pulls 2,000 plus people off the parade route, out of the rest of the parks. So, capacity, I tell
Smart.
you, fascinating when you think about both coasts and the way they operate.
They have to do
Very.
things very differently.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a much different thing, I'm sure.
Definitely so. But now we got our list. We know who's coming to the Epcot Festival of the Holidays and the Candlelight Processional. Yes, Brendan Fraser making that comeback. We are so glad to see you again, bud.
Yeah,
and you
fight
let
that
us
mummy.
Yeah, fight that mummy. And you let us know. Are you looking forward to seeing any particular celebrity that's going to be narrating this very story? Are you going to Epcot during the holiday season? We would love to hear from you. Throw it on down in the comments. I don't know if you feel what I feel, because I'm feeling it again. You feel it,
Oh my.
Tyler?
I do.
Is that the...
There's a rumbling.
Do you hear that?
I hear horns, but I don't think it's the candlelight.
I think it's trivia time. Whoa!
Yay!
Disney Trivia Minute, here to test our team on some of the questions that make us all wonder about the Walt Disney Company. This time around, it is all about Epcot.
Okay.
And by all about, I mean the first question.
Oh, okay.
So the first question, all about Epcot. And this is more designed around the pavilions as they have been, not as they are now going to be named. So the pavilions obviously changing over in terms of which area of the park has sort of a new representation and title as Epcot goes through its massive overhaul. And each area now is getting its own upgraded title as to what specific realm they represent.
Neighborhood.
A little neighborhood action, as they say. But this Disney Trivia Minute question, which Epcot pavilion is the largest in the park? Is it the Seas with Nemo and Friends, the Land Pavilion, or C, the France Pavilion? Epcot's biggest pavilion in the park. The Seas with Nemo and Friends, the Land Pavilion, or the France Pavilion? Garrett, we begin with you.
All right. Let me put on my thinking cap.
Put it on.
Nah.
Oh, look at that.
No.
Half an ear.
So, I've been to Epcot once or twice.
You have.
Wow.
Yeah, and these pavilions are pretty good sizes. I was honestly going to say the former Wonders of Life experience, but apparently that's no longer a thing. So, that being said, I've heard so many different rumors about which one's the biggest, and don't get me wrong, the Land is massive, especially because you've got 3 bays to operate, Soarin'. But there's a lot of water in the seas. There are 7 seas in the world, and Nemo's got a lot of friends. There's a lot of fishies down there, and we've only explored 5% of the ocean. So I'm just gonna assume that Disney would put that into their park. So I'm gonna go with the seas with Finding Nemo and Friends, because I've heard that you can actually fit all of Spaceship Earth inside of the Seas with Nemo. Submerge that sucker, give it a nice little bath, because sometimes it gets a little dirty. So the Seas is my answer.
Wow.
All right. Well, there it is.
Naughty Spaceship Earth. A little dirty.
A little dirty. Kind of like Disneyland's Space Mountain Shell. A little dirty. It's got to clean that
There's a
sucker.
little space dust.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Katrina, Epcot's largest pavilion in the park. Is it the Seas with Nemo and Friends, the Land Pavilion, or the France Pavilion?
Oh, man.
Oh, here's the dissertation.
Oh, man.
All right. The Land. It's given, right?
Okay.
The Land.
Is
big.
it?
It's big.
Okay.
Maybe.
There's
I don't
some
know.
land in it.
France got taken over with rats.
Yeah.
Ratatouille, man.
Whole expansion back there.
It's big.
All right.
It's Finding Nemo. The sea. They swim.
They do. Seas, Nemo.
Fish do
John
swim.
Stamos swam in there.
He did.
He did a radio show in there,
He
right?
did a radio
He did a
show in the water.
In the water.
The Rush Hour
There were
Renegades.
sharks and stuff. They were
Yeah.
like swimming around,
Yeah.
and then they were trying to like propose and stuff. Things are happening, you know. I
There's
think
a
I'm
restaurant
There's
where
a
you can-
restaurant. That's crazy.
No. That is not a restaurant. That is a restroom that you can eat crappy food in.
Whoa,
That is not.
Jared.
Loaded.
I agree with Garrett.
It's
Whoa.
horrible. I went there with Ariel, my cousin and his wife, and we were like, seriously, this is it? And like, yeah, it's an abomination. It has cool walls that you can take pictures in front of, but no restaurant. Don't go there. Go somewhere else. Honestly, get like popcorn. It'll be
Mexican
more
food.
enjoyable.
Mexican food.
You can't go wrong,
Yeah.
man. It's so good.
Yeah, I'll
Just
take
go to Mexico.
or go to the smokehouse. Regal Eagle.
Or do that. I believe we were on Katrina's answer.
Yeah.
Right. What were you going to answer, Katrina?
I'm also gonna go with Nemo.
Oh, the seas.
Yeah,
with Nemo
I'm
and
gonna.
Friends.
Why not? Why not?
Okay, all right. We move on over to Tyler. Tyler, which Epcot pavilion is the largest in the park? The Seas with Nemo and Friends, the Land Pavilion, or the France Pavilion?
I feel like this is a really tricky question that you came up with.
How tricky?
It's very tricky.
It's pretty tough one. So, but I think I'm gonna go with the land. I think that to me just sounds right. I mean, you got the 3 bays for Soarin', like Garrett
You got
said.
Living with the Land.
It's like got the whole food court. There's living with the land with the plants. I just think it's probably the land. I don't know. It just sounds right
Probably?
to me.
I know.
It just sounds right,
There's
but maybe
lot of
I
land.
I don't know. All right,
Garrett, were
That's
you
my
going to
answer.
interrupt?
No.
No? All right.
No.
That's
no.
all right. That's well, sounded like it, but I guess maybe. Yeah. And off camera, producer Tony, we ask you which Epcot pavilion is the largest in the park? The Seas with Nemo and Friends, the Land Pavilion, or the France Pavilion?
Haven't been there since 1989, so I'm going to take a guess.
Wow.
On A.
The Seas with
Yeah.
Nemo and Friends. Very good. And we check into chat. Judith saying B. Lonnie saying the Land Pavilion. Bob saying going with B. Behind the Park saying B. David saying B as well. Nancy saying A. Jay Ware saying A as well. And Richard saying the Lands?
No one likes
A
France.
lot of
huh?
land.
Evidently.
No one wants France. We got rats.
The answer to which Epcot pavilion is the largest in the park is B, the Land Pavilion. Way to go, Tyler.
It's rigged.
Good job, chat. Let's go.
Is it rigged?
No, I don't like this. I don't like this game.
You won twice recently. Back to
I'm
back.
greedy. I want it all. I don't want to give anything.
Sharpay Evans over there. Look at you. Wow.
I want more.
More about
Walt Disney World is the theme of this round of trivia, and now we ask about food. When it
Okay.
comes to food,
Garrett's gonna win because he's a foodie.
he's a foodie. You should know this.
Oh my gosh, my whole seat just collapsed. That was good. That was good.
I am a foodie indeed.
Yeah, all right, Garrett?
That's good.
Good. Yeah.
Really
This
got
game's
you.
been going on for like 3 years, man. I love it.
All right. This trivia question. How many hamburgers are consumed at Disney World each year?
Oh,
Oh boy.
Is it A, 10 million, B, 8.5 million, or C, 7.8 million? We begin with the foodie himself, Garrett.
Okay, now is this just hamburgers? Are we including cheeseburgers in there, or is this the burger family?
boy.
Because there's a whole big discussion.
Is it a veggie
here.
burger too?
Hamburgers.
beef.
Hamburgers. You know what? My old roommate, actually, yeah, my old roommate.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember
Okay, dissertation.
if they worked at Cosmic Rays or
Okay.
Pecos Bills.
Right.
but
He worked
there's
at one of the
a lot
restaurants.
hamburgers there. Yeah, he worked at one of the restaurants. Yeah, Josh and Jeremy. I don't know which one worked where, but they said they served a lot. And they never told me this number. So I'm going to go B, just right in the middle. Sounds good.
Sounds
Because I can't finish sentences.
helpful. Okay. Katrina, how many hamburgers are consumed at Disney World each year? Is it A, 10 million, B, 8.5 million, or C, 7.8 million?
It seems like you would want to go kind of in the middle, right? 8.5, sort of. But I feel like the people eat a lot of burgers.
A lot of burgers out there.
A lot of burgers. You know, I'm just going to go for 10. Whatever.
All right.
I'm already wrong anyway, so.
Jeez, listen to you. Oh, my.
Wow, way to be optimistic.
No kidding. Tyler, burgers in Disney World, how many are consumed each year? 10 million, 8.5 million, or 7.8 million?
You know what? My first inclination was 8.5 million. But then what was the other one? 7.8?
7.8.
But you know what? I'm just going to go with 7.8 because it's the one that isn't, it's got the 8 rather than a 5 or a 0. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that's you smelling what I'm stepping in?
I smell it a little.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Is that a burger that I stepped in?
Or where are you walking to where you're stepping in it?
You haven't seen the studio floor.
Yeah.
Right. It's a mess. A lot to it. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you for that.
So I think I'm going 7.8 because I don't know. But also, this could be a crafty Wade trick. And
Why does everybody think I'm the one out to get you?
I mean,
that's
there was that one time.
But that's what good trivia is about, is being kind of crafty, right? I mean, it's supposed to be, Wade knows what he's doing.
His eyes are glistening right now.
Controversy brings in more views.
Don't let him fool you, audience. He is trying to be crafty over here.
Yeah.
We need to get him a small cat to pet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We'll get you a black cat, though, so that because you get the white cat on the black.
Mr. Disneyworth, I'll call him.
Oh, Mr. Disneyworth.
Mr. Mickey Worth. I like that.
He's here already.
Garrett, was that you?
Yeah, that was.
Okay, I thought so. And Tony off camera, how many hamburgers are consumed at Disney World each year? 10 million, 8.5, or 7.8?
This is America. We eat a lot of food.
We do.
So we're going A.
A.
I like that.
10 million.
It's not fair because McDonald's they tell you on the sign out front how many burgers have been sold.
They do.
They say, billions, many billions sold.
You don't see that on the Cinderella Castle.
Disneyland, yeah.
No.
They don't publish that at
be.
Cinderella Castle, so
That's a shame.
yeah.
Well, we check in to chat where Lonnie is saying A, Judith is saying A, Behind the Parks saying C, Pam saying 8.5 million, Nancy saying A, Jay Ware also saying C, David saying B, and Richard saying 8.5, Bob Smith saying B again. B. The answer to how many hamburgers are consumed at Disney World each year? A, 10 million.
Oh,
The big number.
Yay!
Bravo.
that's a lot of cows.
Good job, Tony.
Think of how many
Them
cows
cows.
that is.
It's a
Yeah,
lot.
way to go, Tony. Bravo to you, Katrina.
Thank you very much.
How do you feel? Like a winner?
Yeah. Felt good to win finally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell Garrett
it's
what
been
it's
a
like.
Feels really great.
Oh,
Feels really, really good.
there it is.
Sure it does.
Garrett, maybe in the future.
I knew that feeling once. Shit. Hold on to it.
So much for being a foodie. That's what I say. Will you stick around? There's plenty more Kingdom Report Live for you next. Time for the Disney List, categorizing some of the best from across the Walt Disney Company, rather. And today we are discussing with you what Walt Disney World Resort happens to do a little bit better than the Disneyland Resort. In a recent broadcast, we tailored for you what Disneyland does better than Disney World. Well, this time around, we're talking to you about the exact opposite. What Disney World does better than Disneyland. Tyler, we begin with you. What one thing truly stands out to you as superior at Disney World versus Disneyland?
Well, as we all know, I mean, Disney World has just an incredible amount of space out there.
We know this.
We all know it.
We all know it.
What is it, like 42 square miles or something like that?
Yeah.
I think it's
2 Manhattans.
It's huge, right? So I think it kind of goes without saying that the number one thing to me that Disney World does better than Disneyland is just the amount of variety that they have. I mean, it really does pack a punch when it just comes to the choice of things you want to do, because you have 4 different theme parks to go to. There's 2 different water parks. There's miniature golf. There's all these different resorts. There's hundreds of restaurants. There's just, bars at every location. It's just, the possibilities are endless, so it's it really does just have a lot going on for it. And I remember, when I was working at a previous job, and I was doing a lot of things out here at Disneyland, doing having to do vlogging and things like that. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm running out of things to do here at Disneyland. What can I make?
There's not much new that happens here.
What
new
content
things
can I find?
Yeah, new things aren't popping off on a regular basis like they are in World, and we don't have 12 resorts to funnel from and things like that. So there were times where I was like, man, things are just popping off over in World. I wish it was like that here, So that's what I think Disney World really has over Disneyland. It's just the ability to just keep on doing new things and having that variety and just something for everyone.
Something for everyone.
Yeah. You can even go fishing over there and stuff. I mean, it's
so many
cruises and stuff. Yeah,
And
camping.
camping.
Yeah, You're right. I mean, it's just there's a lot of things you can do, so it's pretty.
Can
pretty
get
crazy.
a brain-eating amoeba by swimming in the lake.
You can.
Yeah.
I swam in. I have swam in that lake before.
You done did swim.
I swum.
You swum in that
You swum?
I swum.
brain-eating amoeba. There it is.
Garrett's on one today. I like.
He's in the
I know,
giggles.
Garrett's a little giggly goose.
Yeah,
No more
I'm
golden
the
goose,
giggling
giggle
golden
goose.
Oh, thank you for that. We'll always remember it. Katrina, what Disney World does better than Disneyland?
See, I'm kind of like with Tyler. I did that was my first thought. I was like, they just have so much land.
Yeah.
They just can do so much more. But I'm gonna hone it in. Disney Springs. Disney Springs. Our downtown Disney is so sad. So sad. And over there, it's you could just go for fun and find a restaurant that has dining availability, go to a bar, go shopping, go to a Cirque du Soleil show, go do something else, go ride what is it called, an amphibicar? Amphicar thing.
Amphicar.
You go, go boating in a car, It's just, there's so many things you could do. Just go hang out after work and just chill and go watch a movie, whatever.
Or spend a day there.
You could literally spend a day there if you wanted to watch a movie, go see a show, go to lunch, go to dinner. It's just the Disney Springs is so big. In our downtown Disney, you have 3 dining, and half of them are 100% serve hamburgers and what I do not want hamburgers all the time, and then half of it's under construction right now, and then maybe there might be a food truck that you want to try. Maybe it's there, maybe it's not. I don't know. They don't really have a itinerary. No. And it's just, you can spend 5 minutes there, go to Sephora, go buy whatever you needed, and then leave. That's it. So Disney Springs, man, it's so good. You can just
convenient parking. Convenient.
Oh yeah, and it's free.
Right. Makes.
Oh yeah, that's a positive.
Downtown Disney, you gotta pay. I mean, it is small, so I get it, but
they get you.
You know what I mean. But a lot of people park over at Disney Springs and then maybe hop on a bus and then go to the parks if they don't want to pay. Mm-hmm. And all the power to you if you want to do that. It takes a long time, but it's just so fun. You can just hang out, you don't know what to do for the afternoon. Tyler and I sometimes will wake up and we're I don't really want to go to the park right now. It's just kind of too busy. So let's just go to downtown Disney, Disney Springs, and then we just go hang out, grab a drink, and then just like walk around, and then just go look at some of the shopping that they have, and then leave.
Because it's so expansive, there's so much to look at. There's so many options for anything you want to do.
Food. There's like every variety that you want. You know what I mean? If you want Mexican, get Mexican. If you want Cuban, you want Cuban. Go get, it's just like so many things that everybody can agree on things, because it's just so good. And then everybody's favorite Gideon's is there,
And being able to do to-go drinks.
Or a sandwich.
Oh, yeah, and then to-go drinks. You just sip and walk, and then we run into people and we say hi, whatever. And then downtown Disney, you can't do that.
An Earl of Sandwich and Disney Days of Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas every day.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Woohoo.
I want that holiday turkey.
But, oh my. However, Disney Springs also has the finest of culinary delights, T-Rex Cafe.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
T-Rex.
good.
It's the
Take
gift
your-
that keeps
do-
on giving.
Yum.
Do whatever you can.
Rainforest Cafe, you choose.
Get that reservation early.
Take your family
You don't wanna
there
lose
because
it.
you're going to have so much fun.
Have a headache? Go to T-Rex Cafe and relax. Advice we all get.
Run as fast as you can and run away. Don't go close to T-Rex. Get away.
Not into T-Rex? Go to Rainforest Cafe. That was the advice of
Oh.
Tyler Crouch on this very show just a few months ago.
I will say if you had to choose between the two of them, definitely go to Rainforest Cafe.
You will say, and you did say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 times do Rainforest over T-Rex.
Right.
But any other restaurant besides those two.
There you go.
But also they're on the bottom of this Disney Springs list.
Yeah.
That and STK.
It's true. And if
Ooh,
you want
don't
to...
get him started on this.
I've heard the rants on that one before. If you are looking for our full list on all things Disney Springs, head on over to the Kingdom Report YouTube channel. It is there for you, and you can check it out. Garrett, if Walt Disney World does one particular thing that stands out to you a little bit better than Disneyland, what might that be?
Well, I was in the same idea realm as Katrina. Disney Springs is such a wonderful, amazing experience. But since I can't copy and paste her answer, I'm going to go with, I just think their DVC at Disney World is better. Granted, they have more land. Like, that's the thing. They have the ability to do more. But when you look at DVC options, Disneyland is very limited. I know they just brought the new tower to the Disneyland Hotel, and they have a small area at the Grand Californian. But even if you just break it down and you pick two resorts at Disney World, you do Grand Floridian and Beach Club, their DVC experience and offerings are just so much better. They have a special pools for those guests. They have special concierge and check-in for those guests, special parking for those guests. So DVC at Disney World, like, it started with Old Key West and it just grew from there. And now they try to incorporate it into every new resort that comes about, or even transforming old resorts to offer it. Disneyland it doesn't have the land or ability to do that. And you could add it to the Grand Californian, but then you alienate those people that are willing to spend a lot more money rather than points to stay there. So unless Disneyland and their reimagining somehow create more DVC opportunities, Disney World will always have a DVC advantage, and they should. They have the ability to, but even if you just look at the room quality, I think Disney World's DVC rooms are amazing. Even at Old Key West, the oldest resort there, those rooms rock. There's room for everyone. Meanwhile, at California, it's a little cramped. Even in the new towers, they look great, but still seems cramped compared to what Disney World has to offer.
Yeah, I feel like that Old Key West style of rooms, that was kind of the more original styles for DVC. And then they realized, hey guys, we are building these rooms way too big.
We gave away a little much on that one.
Yeah, they were like, let's tone it back a little because this is pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't exceed expectations like this all the time. Jeez, let's rein it in.
Those are big.
Should we
rooms.
always try and go for the gold? No, let's go for fourth place. We don't always want to do A work. We want that C average.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
And we check
Murphy
into chat.
beds everywhere.
And we check into chat. Jay, we're saying fireworks and resorts, something that they prefer at Disney World over Disneyland. Bob Smith saying Animal Kingdom. Richard Davis saying the interactive queues like Peter Pan, Winnie the Pooh, Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
Peter Pan is really cool.
that.
Yeah. I almost prefer to go that long route. Yeah,
It's
Peter
true.
Pan, yeah, it helps
love
to
it.
set the story. Pam saying the resorts at Walt Disney World. Jay Ware saying lakes, monorails, and boats, oh my. And Richard Davis saying, we miss the movie theater in downtown Disney. You know, I do too, to a certain degree. I liked going in there because nobody used it. It was always empty and
That's
super
fair.
plush.
Yeah, I think I've been in there like 3 times the whole time it was
What
there.
happened to it? Is it still there?
It's gone.
No.
They
Is
ripped
it
that whole
still
thing
there?
down. Yeah,
No.
it's been gone for a long time. Yeah,
Years, bud.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
R.I.P.
it's
Moved to
becoming like
Garden
Portos and what is it, Dim Tai Fung?
It's part of the
Didn't I
expansion pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it laid
Gotcha.
it laid in front of this expansion pad that they were looking to uproot and make into something else. So yeah, it shut down here not too long ago. And on top of that, you know, what went with it was that Earl sandwich that was down at that end. Now it's retrofitted in another capacity, and like that whole little wing down there just disappeared, unfortunately. So we'll see what will become of it. But excited to have a newer, more upgraded version of Downtown Disney in the near future. But what does Walt Disney World do better than Disneyland in your eyes? We would love to hear what's on your mind. Drop it down in them comments. All right, friends, you stick with us. Got much more Kingdom Report Live for you next. Remember those carefree days of childhood where the magic still existed? When you didn't feel guilty about eating mountains of cereal with, we'll just say, questionable nutrition? Well, now you can have your cereal and you can eat it too. Because Magic Spoon has re-engineered that same great taste with grown-up ingredients for an absolutely game-changing Cereal 2.0. Because it's high protein, low carb, and 0 grams of sugar in each serving. I know, it's hard to believe, but it also comes in 6 delicious flavors: frosted, fruity, cocoa, cinnamon, blueberry, and peanut butter. Plus, they've got limited edition flavors released throughout the year, like gingerbread or peaches and cream. So taste that magic of childhood all over again and get yourself some Magic Spoon cereal. Plus, take $5 off your order at checkout. All you got to do is insert the promo code Kingdom Team. That's right, Kingdom Team at checkout will get you $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com. That's magicspoon.com. Promo code Kingdom Team. Can you believe it? It's time for the one thing. One particular thing that a member of our team is willing to share with us about their experience from a recent Disney Parks outing. This time around, it's all about Katrina. What's on her mind? What do you have to share with us this week? I gotta say, we've been waiting to hear from you, sharing your thoughts for months with this final segment.
Many moons have
It's
passed.
been a long time. It's been a long time.
And we made it.
Finally.
Usually, we don't make it this far in the broadcast. Usually, that Disney list. Oh, Mickey. Usually, that trivia is what I think puts us over the top.
Yeah.
Trivia always goes on way too long, and we never anticipate it going that long. But it's just what happens.
Listen, we all have fun trying to trivia. You know, we
We're
gotta
having a good time.
rationalize. We gotta win. We all want to win. So you know,
gotta,
it happens.
You gotta work through it. But this time around, you get your one thing. What are you sharing with us?
My one thing. It was my birthday present.
Oh!
So Tyler and I, my birthday. It was in August. So this was a while ago. But we went to Disney World, and so it was a kind of like a surprise thing. And so we went on this like safari tour. It's like a dinner. It's like a dinner, but it was what was it even called? Savor the Savannah.
Savor, yeah.
Savor the
It's
Savannah
been so
tour.
long you forgot.
I know, and it was so fun. And obviously, it was the summer, so it was really, really hot and very, very humid. But we made
Well,
it.
it is Africa.
It was, and we went to Africa. It
It
was
is, yes.
crazy. But yeah, so Tyler and I went, and it was really, really fun. And Tyler had his little cooling cloth, so that helped out. But pretty much, we went
I did.
and you check in and you wait, and it's like a 2-hour tour. And then what they do is they take you on this like private, I don't know, like bus. What
Truck?
is it? Truck. I was like a bus.
Expedition.
I don't know what it's really called.
Sorry.
It's just a truck with a box in the,
Yeah.
box.
I will say
of-
the seats are very uncomfortable because it's not like the ones that you slip into when you're doing like the safari, like the Kilimanjaro safari tour. Those actually have nice backs and you're like sitting like row by row by row. This one is like you're going in a box truck kind of thing, and you're all sitting in like a U shape, and it's like bouncing around, and
like
you're like
a real safari.
yeah, and I'm like trying to hold
It's like
on.
going on the Matterhorn.
It was crazy, but anyway, it was really fun. So they kind of take you around, and they kind of go slowly around the regular safari tour, and then they were able to stop in the savannah area, and we had actually like a zookeeper kind of talk to us about the animals, and we got to see the new baby zebras, and they're so cute. And then some of the pictures that I took, all the baby zebras were by themselves, so they don't look baby. That's a baby.
Oh,
It's a baby zebra, and it's so tiny.
It was only a couple months old.
Yeah, it's only a couple months old, but it doesn't look tiny because the mama's not next to it. But it's really cute. And then there was another one where the two mamas were looking over the other baby zebra. So the zookeeper was talking about it, and then we got to see like up close with like the rhino and like the giraffes, and it was really cool because honestly it was such a hot day. It was hard to see animals because they were all kind of hibernating, to be honest. They wanted to stay in their enclosures.
They
so
knew.
yeah, they're like ugh. And then we actually got to see the what are they called, the wild painted dogs. And they were actually having a little pool party, and so I've never seen them move in my life. Like every now and then,
Yeah, they were running around and pulling it up.
splashing and everything. I was like, what the? It was so crazy because usually you might see one lift its head up or maybe walk and sit, and they were just having a ball, just splashing in the water. It was great. And then, but yeah, so anyway, so we had a zookeeper, and she was talking to us about just like how they do their day-to-day operations, which is actually kind of neat and like
I bet it's fascinating.
personal, you know what I mean? She was able to answer questions, but then finally we're able to go on this like amazing lookout, because when you do the safari to like the Kilimanjaro safaris, you see this like lookout in the savannah, and everybody kind of wonders what it is.
It's like a gazebo
And
at the
it's
top
like
of the hill.
Yeah, and it's like a gazebo at the top of the hill. And then we drove up to it, and I was like, oh my God, it's happening. And I was like finally able to like be there. And it was such a beautiful lookout because you're able to see kind of the whole savannah. So like one side is kind of where we just drove in, where like the zebras, the giraffe, the rhino and stuff are. And then on the other side is like where the elephants are and the flamingos and everything. But the elephants were non-existent. Like they did not come out at all. We were like sitting there waiting, and we saw maybe one peek its head out and started like moving, and then it just U-turned and went back into the enclosure, and I was like, dang it. But yeah, so it was really fun. So we were able to go on this like lookout for I'm gonna say like 40 minutes. It was like a decent,
Probably about an hour, I would say.
yeah, it was like about like 45 minutes or so. And thank God we had our fans, because we had like little personal fans, and we had them like sitting on the table blasting us because it is stagnant over there.
Orlando and
so
August
hot.
in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, it was so humid. But yeah, so then they were super great, and they have this like beautiful tray of food. So it's an intimate area. So like I think there was like 8 to 10 people in our tour, and they had this huge array of like charcuterie and meats, and then pita, and then they have like
that bread
fruits.
looks good.
Yeah, and like they had this curry chicken salad that I was like obsessed with, and everything was gluten free except for the bread. And they were able to confirm that and stuff too, and it was phenomenal. Like you're able to sit down and just relax. You had your own kind of table to, Tyler and I were able to like chit chat with one another, and then we had the tour guide that would come around to each table and just like ask you questions, or you asked him questions and he would answer for you. And he was a doll. I loved him. He was so funny.
He was really great.
He had some really good jokes. But yeah, so we were able to like ask him questions of like certain things, and super great. And then on top of it, which makes it even better, is there's drinks.
Oh,
so there's wine and beer, all you can drink type of thing, but you don't want to go crazy lush. But it was really nice and refreshing after like being on the tour, and then you just kind of stop, have some snackies, and then they had so the beer, like that's Tyler's beer that's in the picture right now, a little pale ale, I think, right, or a lager. It's a lager.
I'm pretty sure it's from Africa too.
Yeah, a lot of these drinks are like the wine and beer and stuff are actually from Africa.
Yeah.
So that was actually really nice. And
Well
so I had a very beautiful rosé, because like they had a red wine and I love red, but I was like, oof, I can't do red wine right now. It's too humid. So I was like, oh my God, that rosé tasted so good. I needed it. But anyway, so you're able to like have a couple drinks and some water and then relax. And then partway through, they'll be like, okay, let's go to the other side. And so we got up and we went to the other, there's like a little trail that you're able to like walk to, and you get to see like the rhino and stuff and the ostriches and stuff. So you're able to like get up close. Yeah, look at the little rhino. So you're able to like kind of see like kind of like what's going on. So we're able to hang out there for a little bit, and then bing bang boom, like they're like, get back in the truck, we're leaving. And then I was like,
they brought us dessert too.
Oh yeah, they did bring us dessert.
Yeah.
And they brought me like it was really cute because they brought in like a little container, like a little metal container, like we're camping or something in Africa. And then there was like little gluten-free cookies in there. It was really fun.
Oh
yeah, but they had a really like, what desserts did they have for you? There's so many.
I don't know.
Chocolate.
Like it was like kind of just like chocolates and little cakes and fruit and things like that. It was like all kind of had this. Gosh, they said it was from. Dang it! They told us where it was from too, and I can't remember now. But yeah, it was just a bunch of kind of African kind of theme. Like I feel like the chocolates looked like little zebras and stuff. So
yeah, there's like different prints, not zebra domes. Those are very different, but they're like the different patterns and stuff.
African inspired treats.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was like really unique. But yeah.
And did it end with you all capturing a poacher?
No.
Did you get to do that?
No.
We saw some cute
Clubbing a
goats.
poacher, like Garrett used to do.
He the tour guide. It was very interesting because he did talk about the old story a little bit, and yeah, for those that don't know, you used to be catching poachers when you did the safari at Animal Kingdom, and there was a Big Red and Little Red, these two elephants, and and I think the story. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that story ends with Big Red being shot to death, and
oh my God,
and Little Red being saved, but is now an orphan.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was it. Like, yeah, you saved Little Red. He's an orphan.
I've actually seen Little Red after they removed Little Red.
You've seen Little Red?
Yeah.
He's backstage.
Backstage, Little Red is hanging out by the administration building, and I just saw it, and Little Red still moves from time to time, and I was just like, what is that? Because I never went on the attraction when Little Red was still there, and they're like, oh, that's Little Red. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm
being
like,
raised by cast members.
Yeah.
Backstage.
Yeah, so I
They're
mean,
good parents.
It was a really cool experience, though. I would highly recommend it if you want just something relaxing too. It
was really fun.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It was like, in the time, they say 2 hours, and it goes by so fast. Because at first I was like, 2 hours? That seems like a really long time, you know? And then, but when you go on the safari tour, it normally takes like 30 to 40 minutes anyway on a regular day, right? Isn't like 20, 30 minutes? Depends on if there's an animal on the road and we have to wait. But then you're able to like sit and just see everything. Like I would say maybe if it's like a cooler day or something, you might see more animals and stuff. But honestly, it was just really fun to like see all the trucks drive by as we were eating like cheese, and I'm like, and everybody's like,
who are
what
they?
are you doing up there?
What do they get to do up there?
Because we've always wanted to do that before, and so it was really fun. Like, because you're able, because it honestly feels like you are like in Africa going on some kind of like safari trek, and they have like the canteen like type of like glasses, and everything's like metal and stuff. So it was really cool.
And they also gave us a little gift at the end. They gave us a wooden coaster.
Oh yeah.
That had a little logo on it, and it said "Savor the Savannah." So it was pretty cool.
Oh,
that's
great.
cool.
Yeah.
Neat little keepsake.
It was really cool. I highly recommend it. It was like a fun little birthday surprise.
Yeah.
And then I was able to wear my like one and only like, I don't know, I guess like tan linen dress that I was like, oh my God, this will work perfectly for a safari tour. Thank God I wore it, because linen, man, it really helps in Florida. Like
Jane Porter over here.
Wear linen. I was like breezy and happy. I was like, oh my God, because do not wear printed cotton shirts. They're like the worst.
Yeah.
It's like this. Don't wear it.
Don't wear
in
it.
in August. You'll die.
Yeah. No
So
doubt.
linen, no prints on it.
Savor that Savannah.
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
Oh, you will.
Oh, I will.
And you did.
It's a promise.
Oh my God, it's so good. Even like the little foodie munchies, they're like my favorite thing. I was even telling it before, like during break, I was obsessed with the grapes. I don't know why, but they were really, really good. And so I just like went up there and I was like loading up on fruits and cheese.
Atta girl.
I don't know. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
It was really fun being
10
up
out of
on
10.
that. Like after going to Animal Kingdom for 20 years now or whatever,
look out.
and seeing the gazebo and everything up at the top of the hill, just finally going there was really just fun. Yeah.
Well, what a great, memorable experience. Thank you for finally being able to share it.
Yay! Finally.
It has happened. You let us know. Have you ever done a Disney guided tour or a tour like this? Something sort of off the beaten path, something unique and exclusive to a certain park. It doesn't have to be at any of the domestic parks. It could be at any of the parks around the world. We're very curious. We would love to hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, that about brings us to a close on this broadcast. Programming notes. No show next week, unfortunately. But hey, easy.
Okay.
It's time to rest. All right? I want you to take a nap, fuel up,
All right.
and prepare yourself for the following week.
I got my little bunny rabbit to cuddle next to.
I'm glad to hear that. Good. Because it ain't going to be your fiance since she's in Disney World without you. Am I right?
Why do you have to hurt me? Are you lost trivia?
Gotcha. Well, you folks make sure that you're back with us. So 1 week from next Saturday, and we will bring you all the coverage from Disneyland to Disney World and beyond. It always means so much that we can be a part of your weekend. We never want you to forget either that the legacy of Walt Disney, it lives on because of people like you and me. We will see you next time for an all-new edition of Kingdom Report Live.